As Susie said, welcome to anybody that's newer to us. We're starting a new topic. We started yesterday on artificial intelligence. And today I'm going to go into what AI reveals about being human. So this is just kind of one aspect. There's such a huge topic. Um, but yesterday I spoke about artificial intelligence as something that's here to stay, like the telephone, electricity, automobiles, and the internet. Before it, AI has become a part of the conditions of our lives. So one of the people that has helped open up my thinking is a musician, an artist, Holly Herndon. And I got this from an interview with Ezra Klein, a a podcaster that I listened to, and she suggested that artificial intelligence is really a misleading term because it sounds as though it's something new, like something has suddenly appeared on the landscape from somewhere outside of ourselves. So she uses an alternative phrase, which I won't be able to use all the time, but I think it's very interesting to think about. She calls it collective intelligence. Um, and she says that remember that, it comes from us. The books that AI reads are ours, the paintings, the photographs, the music, the conversations, computer code, the research, dot, dot, dot. Um, it has learned everything from human beings because it's been created by human beings. And even what appears to be kind of creativity beyond human, it's built from generations of human creativity. So she says AI is not alien, it's a reflection of our collective intelligence. And as a Buddhist, I immediately hear a teaching in this. I hear a conditionality. Nothing exists independently. It didn't come out of nothing. It came out of innumerable causes and conditions. It didn't suddenly appear on its own. AI arose through centuries of scientific discovery, technological innovations, human imagination, economic forces, and really the knowledge of countless people. Now that's a contention. This is part of the tension and contention with AI is that it's really using all of our knowledge in ways that's new to us. Um, and also it doesn't simply reflect our intelligence or our brilliance. It reflects our greed, our biases. It can also reflect our compassion and curiosity and our values. In some ways, and this is from Holly again, AI is holding a mirror up to humanity. So last year, I attended an online workshop for Buddhist teachers led by Rendima Fernando. And he's in the field and talks about the capabilities, hypes, and risks with for Buddhists and for the world with AI. And he made a distinction I again find very interesting. He distinguished intelligence from wisdom, and that AI has become astonishingly capable, but it's not wise. And capability is not wisdom. So this is his surmising. Nowhere in Buddhist canons are suggestions that intelligence leads to awakening. Plenty of intelligent people are unhappy. Plenty of intelligent societies create suffering. Intelligence he sees as more as a capacity. Wisdom is how that capacity is guided. Intelligence can solve problems. Wisdom inquires and reflects upon whether we're solving the right problems. Intelligence can make something more efficient, but wisdom inquires and reflects upon whether efficiency serves as compassion or accelerates suffering. I mean, really sounds very Buddhist. He's a Buddhist teacher. So ChatGPT may know a lot about reflective meditation, but it can't practice it to discern the difference of wisdom and intelligence for itself. Which brings me to my next point. So during the 2026 graduation season, all the young people that graduated from universities across the US, Bill had forwarded me Fareed Zakaria's commencement announcement. It was given at Bard College. And he begins with this with an expected warning about AI. But what struck me wasn't his analysis of the technology, it was his reflection on what remains distinctly human. And he says, as AI becomes more capable, let's make sure to continue to ask ourselves, what is it that only human beings can do? So here's his ideas. People will still want someone to sit beside them when they receive difficult news. They'll still want teachers who care about their children, physicians who listen, friends who grieve with them, artists whose work grow out of lived experience, and leaders who can be trusted in times of uncertainty. Human life is fundamentally relational. We seek recognition, dignity, affection, forgiveness, and love from one another. We become ourselves in relationship with another. So again, this sounds, he doesn't identify as a Buddhist, but it sounds, remarkably close to the Buddhist teachings. We awaken in relationship. The Dharma is understood between us. Even meditation, while practiced in silence, it teaches us how to meet ourselves and others with greater presence and kindness. Yeah. That's been my experience. Okay, so I have a few more points to make. So I'm going to bring in now the author, Michael Pollan, in his writing about consciousness, and he captures another aspect of this beautifully. He says, a machine can compose a sad poem, but it cannot cry at a funeral. It can generate a love letter, but it cannot fall in love. It can describe fear, but it cannot lie awake at 3 a.m. wondering whether it has wasted its life. A machine can describe experience, but it cannot have experience. So, hey, we're practicing meditation here, describing our experience and reflective meditation of what just happened. And actually, we're not machines. We're having those experiences. And maybe that's one of the unexpected gifts of AI. The more capable machines become, the more precious direct human experience becomes. The more information that surrounds us, I think maybe the more valuable wisdom becomes. I don't think that. I believe that. I know that. And the more collective intelligence grows, the more we need the practice of awareness and compassion, ethical responsibility, and a genuine presence. And I'll say even this, the willingness to continue in relationships with other human beings. So I have to end on one small tongue-in-cheek. That means, just kind of joking around here a little bit. I can imagine one day that I might have one of those cute little robotic dogs as a companion. Now, this may sound horrific to some of you, but I'm allergic to fur dander and haven't been able to have pets. So I can appreciate the appeal. And perhaps for some, a robotic companion will become helpful, comforting, even meaningful. I understand the curiosity. Human beings have always been fascinated by what is new, novel, and possible. And that curiosity is part of our humanity too. In fact, we use it in the subtitle of our book, Cultivating Kindness and Curiosity in the Buddhist Company. For me, AI is another invitation to cultivate both curiosity about what's emerging, and kindness towards ourselves and one another as we learn to live with it. And gratitude for the Buddhist company and for the company of you all that we're going to go through this together while we can. Okay. I'll end here. Um, we tend to